Hey everybody! So once again, exclusive stuff that you're not going to get to see anywhere else. This is the video version of the podcast that we haven't started yet. Episode 3 of the Dirty Balls podcast. I don't have a creative name for it like I did last week. So maybe let's brainstorm a name for this one real quick. Episode 3. What are we going to call it? The Quest for Peace? That's 4.
It's got to be something mega in it.
The Quest for Peace, that's a Superman reference, but I think that's Superman 4, not 3. Whatever.
I'm not
Chris,
a Superman fan.
You got an idea?
No, I don't have an idea.
Mega something? Whatever.
The Mega Podcast.
Well, we need to... I don't even know what we're talking about today. I'm not prepared.
You're supposed to bring
Man, you
your
guys,
list.
you guys are not impressive.
Oh, you know what? Alan,
We're not professional.
Alan, you made the list this week. All right, start the thing.
There's no list.
Oh. Hey, hello everybody! Welcome to episode 3 of the Dirty Balls podcast. I am so excited because today, not only do we have my co-hosts, Alan and Jennifer, but we also have a very special guest, the Mega Man himself, the one who started everything in Hickory. Not really everything, but all the fun stuff in Hickory. Chris. So, Chris, you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about anything? Just go on ahead.
All right. I'm Chris Pack. I'm the Mega Man at Hickory. We do cheers for our team. We heckle the other team. We have a good time. That kind of all started. We took a trip to West Virginia one year in 2010, and they have the Toast Man. That was my first experience with him, and saw what a good time he was having, and all the fans were having up there, and thought, I want to bring this to Hickory. I want to do this. And that's kind of how it.
And you're from West Virginia, right?
Yeah, but I had never been to a game in West Virginia until then.
What part of West Virginia?
I'm from Logan. That's about 60 miles south of Charleston.
You're going to have to say that because nobody knows where Logan is.
Yeah.
Half the people don't know where West Virginia is.
Where's it at, Jennifer?
It's west of Virginia.
Yeah.
Where's Virginia? Up or down, side to side?
Up.
It's north.
Up. Yeah, north.
Up from where?
From us.
and just so we're clear here, we are
North Carolina.
all right. That was your geography moment of the day. Alan,
No.
last week I prepared what we were going to talk about. This week I let Alan do it, and by let Alan do it, I forgot to do it, and he picked up the slack. So Alan, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I've noticed a lot. We're talking about the movie Sandlot, The Sandlot. It's the 25th anniversary this year, and I've noticed that there's a couple teams that are going to actually have some of the cast members come as a promotional thing.
I watched the movie last night.
What was
I
that?
watched Inglourious Bastards.
What does that have to do with anything?
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's not even a baseball movie. We're talking about baseball.
It is a baseball movie. The guy with the bat, he kills
That's
that.
Negan?
I was gonna say, let's talk about Walking Dead.
He kills that one dude. He has the bat. He kills the dude, and he's not in the movie very much. I wish he was in more. He was a badass. Anyway, sorry I interrupted your interesting Sandlot conversation.
Because the Hickory Crawdads tweeted out a while back, who would we want to see at the game? And it was Squints, Benny, Ham, and I can't remember the fourth one. So, but our promotional schedule has not been released yet. Hopefully it'll be this week or next week. I know Delmarva has Squints coming. Columbia, it says the Smalls and the cast. So we'll see. The Charlotte Knights has Porter coming. You're killing me, Smalls.
For the people that are only listening to the audio version and not watching my YouTube version, which is mostly everyone, Alan's got on a shirt that says, "You're killing me, Smalls."
And so in Richmond, Flying Squirrels is doing a whole season about the Sandlot. I know August 20th is, I think we're going to plan on going up there. They're giving away a Beast bobblehead. And for nobody that has never seen the movie, the Beast is the dog. So
The best part of the whole movie.
Unpopular opinion. It used to be my favorite baseball movie. I went back, rewatched it recently. Doesn't quite hold up for me.
Do you know what the worst baseball movie is? Would you like me to tell you that?
What's the worst baseball?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams is, I mean, the plot gets rolling a little bit too quickly. He hears a voice one time and automatically jumps to, I should build a baseball field. That part doesn't make sense, but the rest of it, James Earl Jones.
No, let's ask Jennifer why she thinks it's the worst baseball movie.
I just don't like it. I hadn't even watched the full thing. But just the
Exactly.
bits and
Ray
pieces
Liotta.
of thing.
Ray Liotta, the best actor that ever lived.
I don't feel like I'd like it. I mean, I'll try to watch it all the way through.
We're going to sit down and have a Field of
Goodfellas,
Dreams.
my favorite movie.
If you could pass this on to Ray Liotta, we'd appreciate that.
Ray, we just gave you a shout out. I love Goodfellas and Field of Dreams and that other thing you
But
did.
this is
The
the thing.
blues.
Oh,
thing
yeah,
with
that-
The Field of Dreams.
with the girl.
Yeah, I've not seen that, but I heard it's great.
The Field of Dreams, Shoeless Joe Jackson, whose great grandson, or was it?
Hey, you're asking the wrong
That's
person.
enough greats.
Joe Jackson, that played for us here in Hickory. So,
Wow.
you know.
The
But
best baseball movie? Major League.
I go with that.
I don't care for those either.
Come on, Major League. It's hilarious. Or maybe Angels in the Outfield, if you're going for more of a family kind of movie.
Rookie of the Year.
The Angels in the Outfield that came out in the 90s, not the one from like 1950, whatever. I've not actually seen that one, but yeah. Oop, the dog barked again. Shout out to the dog.
Oh, and shout out to Cooper Savage, capital C, capital S.
Who's that?
Well, Alan and Jennifer won't let him join the podcast. I want him to be my special guest. They said no. Check him out. I think that was his YouTube channel. I'm not sure. He's on some kind of social media.
It's got a lot more views than mine, I know.
Probably so.
He got copyrighted last week.
Copyrighted. Well,
Look out.
I
Cooper
don't-
Savage. Remember that. Capital C, capital S.
You know what's worse than getting copyrighted? Getting reported to the Dean of Students at Lenore Ryan University for plagiarism and receiving a 0 on an assignment.
Really?
Yeah.
I
From
can
a
see
YouTube video?
No, not a YouTube video. It's
Okay.
a thing that I wrote.
Did you plagiarize it?
No, I used a picture. So I wrote a news story for Media Writing 2, and I wrote the story, and I used a picture because it's about a girl that plays soccer. And here's the thing, it's not currently soccer season, so I didn't have a picture that I could take myself, so I just borrowed one. And
I don't know if you can see that or not, but Ethan finally hit puberty.
he just pulled a hair there. It's
You need to
exponential
shave
growth.
that.
It turns
You
to
need to
2,
shave
and then
that.
4, 8, 16. I'll have a beard eventually. But anyway, the guy that I borrowed the picture from comes into McDonald's all the time. I know him. And
Here's the McDonald's reference, this show.
I didn't
Not a sponsor.
include his name. I didn't put submitted picture or anything like that. I just threw the picture in there because it was like 11:58 and I had to turn the thing in. And then I get into class and my teacher's like, "Hey, I got to see you after class about something." And I was like, "Ah, shit, he knows." And then I didn't think he would look into it, but he looked into it. He had like a printed transcript of the text conversation that he had with the guy, and then he gave me a 0 on the assignment, which is good because he could have gave me a 0 for the whole class. So shout out to my Media Writing 2 professor.
Who's not watching?
Or listening. Alan, I see you pulling something up on your phone. Is that relevant to the podcast? Or
Yeah, it's actually about baseball.
Oh, okay.
If it'll load.
All right. We've been talking
It's
about
not about soccer.
We've been talking
or
about-
McDonald's or LR.
soccer,
beards,
McDonald's,
you know.
and beards.
Which badass beard company did say that they listened to last week's podcast?
And you tried to pass. You said my podcast, Alan. It's our podcast.
Okay, whatever.
You didn't even tag me and Jennifer in it.
God, Alan.
You know.
Self-
Sometimes
man.
you mess up every once in a while. At least I didn't get a 0 on it.
A lot of this won't make the director's cut, don't worry.
Can we get back to baseball?
Sure.
I mean, I like soccer and I like LR and I like McDonald's, but let's get back to baseball.
We don't.
They don't like any of that.
MILB, they posted this week the top 10 farm system rankings for position players, and Texas didn't make the top 10. But I'm just going to run through right quick of what the top 10 is. Number 10, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
I bet the Braves are number 1, aren't they?
I bet you'll have to wait and see.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Number 9, the Cincinnati Reds.
Number 2 is the Yankees, also spoiler alert.
Number 8, the San Diego Padres.
The Daddies.
Yeah. Number 7, anybody want to take a guess?
well, I'm looking at it, so I don't want to take a guess.
I'm not looking at it.
I can tell you, Ethan's going to get it wrong. 'Cause I
he's
see
not going to
it.
like this.
The Mets.
No,
Orioles.
no.
Okay, go ahead.
The Braves.
Shit.
Number 6, the Washington Nationals.
Nope.
Number 5, team that we see a lot of, is the Chicago White Sox.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to the Charlotte.
Now,
I almost
who did
said
this
Charlotte
list?
Checkers. The Charlotte.
I'm not
Knights.
sure exactly who done it, but this is not like the official power rankings.
Well, Baseball America put the Braves at number 1.
Well, Acuna.
Austin Riley.
Yeah, Acuna. But this is just like by the position players, which is everybody but the pitchers, Jennifer.
I don't know why you're saying that. Like, I don't understand what that means. I'm just saying. We listened to that MILB podcast, and they had the White Sox at number 1. Did they not?
No, they did not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I'm going to go back and listen.
You go
It's
back
all
and
over
listen.
the place.
But our podcast is better than their podcast.
Unnecessary.
Look out.
Look out, MLB. We're
Number
coming.
We're
four.
coming for you, MILB.
Number 4, the Phillies.
Ugh.
Yeah. Number
Oh, speaking of the Phillies, real quick, the Braves have a new mascot. Looks way too much like the Philly Fanatic. I hate it. It's awful. Terrible looking mascot.
Yeah.
The worst.
What was their mascot?
It was just like
it was a baseball hit.
it was a dude with a Braves jersey
I
in his
thought it
head
was
with a big baseball.
I like Asheville's. It
Yeah.
was similar, right?
Right.
He was called Homer, and it was cool. There was a commercial one time with him and Tim Miller, who always sings the national anthem in the God Bless America on Sundays. Great singer. Anyway, continue.
Number 3, the Yankees.
Boo!
Number 2,
Number 2's the Boo.
yeah, this is yours right here.
Mm.
Be careful. The Blue Jays.
The bitch Jays.
And number 1, the Tampa Bay Rays.
What?
Exactly.
That's a surprise. Oh, Jennifer, you're gonna like this. The Tampa Bay Rays play in a dome. You wanna read any of that, or are you just gonna?
No, I'm not going to read that. I just wanted to put that out there, the top 10 power rankings by position players.
I don't like that one bit.
And that was minor league, right?
No,
That was prospects.
The whole farm
The
system.
farm
That's
system.
Yeah.
too much National League East for my taste.
Who does Toronto have? They don't.
Pinto.
Pinto.
Well, okay. Other than Pinto. Oh,
Who
by the way,
loves Pinto?
so I
We
ran
love
into
Pinto.
I ran into a couple in Academy. The guy had on a Crawdads hat, and I was like, "So, you a big Crawdads fan?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, we really like going to the Crawdads." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "You know the guy with the big red megaphone?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "That's me."
That's me.
And he's like, "Really? Oh my gosh!" He
You're the
said,
man.
and he got his kids over there, and he's like, "Hey, this is the guy." You know, he said, "We have a blast when you guys are there. You know, we like it when you do the signs and stuff." And his wife spoke up and said, "Yeah, we really enjoyed that cheer a few years ago, the one with the Pinto cheer." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, everybody loves that cheer. That's like the cheer."
That might ruin my question here, but I was going to ask you, what's been your favorite cheer?
Yeah, that's my favorite cheer too. Just because it got the most crowd participation.
Oh yeah,
you know?
the crowd loved it. Well, I mean, the clap from 3 and 2 that gets most of the crowd into it.
Yeah.
I got an email or a message last night from Lee. He was at the Wake Forest baseball game yesterday.
Lee goes everywhere.
And they done the ball chant.
Oh,
They
really?
got all the way up to 10. And he said the pitcher was super rattled. But when you throw 10 consecutive balls, then
Yeah, you're gonna be right.
I wish the crowds at LR
That's a
were
good
cool
cheer
enough to do
too,
that.
which we stole, but that's
Yeah.
still good.
I went to LR baseball game a couple weeks ago, and I tried to do all the 108 stuff, and everybody just kept looking at me like, "What's this weirdo doing?"
well, it's kind of hard to do cheers with just one person.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and I tried to make up chants like we do for our players, but
You just keep going and you just keep trying.
I don't have a lot of good rhymes. I don't have the creative mind of Chris. I can't do it.
But, you know. I
But
think
Chris,
you-
what's your favorite sign?
My favorite sign.
I know mine. Lucas made it. Hey, Lucas, we're talking about you.
Do not come in. If Savage can't come in here, you can't come in
But
here.
don't come in here. I just noticed that James Gardner.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know why, but I'm gonna say the strike zone app sign. 'Cause
Oh, that's
that was I kind of come up with that all on my own.
The one Lucas made is the Dirty Balls sign. Also the title of this podcast. Yeah,
Good job.
yeah. All right. So, Alan, you're the transition master. You want to
What are we
talk about something
transitioning
else?
into?
I don't know, because I didn't even look. I've not even looked at the messages. I've not even looked at the group chat, so. Alan?
Let's pass this one to Jennifer. What you want to talk about?
Wait,
Have you seen any-
wait.
I thought we didn't. I mean, we.
Wait.
I say we. But
She gets
I mean,
her own.
you guys.
She gets her own segment at the very end of the show.
That's what I was
I'm
gonna
not
say.
supposed to
That's
talk
what
about
I was
stuff till
Are
the
you?
end,
Are you
apparently.
trying? No, you talk about it whatever you want, but I'm just trying to say. Are you trying to say that we're already at the end?
No.
Because
I just didn't know if she had anything special.
We've
she
only
wanted
been
to talk
going for
about.
15
Usually
minutes,
at the end, I come up with something random that has nothing to do with baseball.
and we love it.
Maybe I had some baseball stuff to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
Wow.
Go on ahead.
All right. I'm
Here we
excited.
go.
You know?
Jennifer, talking about baseball.
Well, I have figured out what my favorite part about baseball is.
No, I already know the answer to this. I bet.
I think I do too.
I think you do.
The tight pants. Tight
No.
pants. Tight
That's
pants.
just what I was.
Oh,
Ah.
No,
the end.
no. The batters, and when they go up there, and well, not just the batters, but any of the players that have their special little ticks that they have.
Meaning what?
Like we
Like that
had.
third base coach for Columbia or whatever that was
Yes,
doing all
he
the
was
crazy stuff.
amazing. He was awesome. What was his name?
I don't know. You're the Facebook stalker. You should know.
I didn't stalk him. Does anybody?
I don't remember his name. I know he was in the majors last year though.
But would you like to give us some? Remember that one time the guy was freaking out there just doing all kinds of
The
signs
Augusta
like
coach with
they
the
were
sign.
people-
Yeah, well, he
Yeah,
said
like-
he.
I thought it was Columbia. I
Yeah,
thought
that's what
Yeah,
threw me.
no,
Yeah, it
it's
was.
Augusta.
Isn't it?
They have those weird camo jerseys. Those digital camo
Gosh, what
jerseys.
was his name,
I
man?
can't remember his name, but he would pee on a fire hydrant.
He's the guy. He's in the video too, right? Or the commercial that they done with. It was a commercial and it showed all the baseball players doing different signs and stuff. And I think he was one of the
Well,
guys
at least
in the
it's a
commercial.
nod to himself. He knows what he's about. So Jennifer, you want to give us more examples?
You know
of
who
these
you
chicks?
are.
Well, we were watching one of the spring training games. When was it?
That
Was it
Texas is still not on TV for.
Not last
Yeah.
night, but the night before.
Friday
so-
night, I
yeah,
guess.
Friday night.
And somebody came up to bat, and I was watching them, and they started tapping on their helmet. It's very funny. And we had somebody like that we saw at the Crawdads game that played for Columbia back in 2016. We nicknamed him Tippy Tap.
I remember that. It could have been the same guy. I mean,
It was the same guy.
Oh.
After watching a little further, and I realized that was the Mets that were playing, and that's what the Fireflies, that's their organization. That is exactly who it was.
By the way, speaking of the Mets, Tim Tebow got struck out. I got to put another quarter in the Tebow bucket, but Tim Tebow got struck out in 47 seconds. They timed it. I forgot who the pitcher was.
He got 3 pitches in 47 seconds.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Syndergaard, wasn't it?
I think no, because Syndergaard plays for the Mets. So how would he be? How could he
Oh, no,
strike out his own?
Scherzer.
Sir,
I
yeah.
knew it started with an S.
I can't believe he got 3 pitches in 47 seconds.
That brings us back to last week's conversation about pace of play.
Oh my gosh, I watched that podcast. Don't get me started. I don't like none of those rules.
None?
None of them. I
Well,
don't
that's
like
what I said. Leave
I
it
don't
like
like
it
the
is.
pitch clock. For one, I don't understand the pitch clock because I went to a Knights game and that was my first experience with the pitch clock.
We all talked about
And the thing would run down to 0. The pitcher would still have the ball, but there was no kind of penalty.
As long as he came set within a certain amount of time.
Well, see, that's
He can
probably the
stand
deal.
there all.
I don't like the pitch clock. I do like the advancement to first, not throwing the 4 ball. I like that.
That's
That's
an easy one.
okay. But I've also seen rules where they're talking about putting a slide line at second base. I
What?
don't like that.
15 minutes to 30 minutes is not enough to ruin or enhance anything.
And I've also seen rules like where they're going to take the umpire out of the game and just let it be like computerized. You know how they show on the major league games this little strike zone app. You
Yeah,
know.
because then the strike zone would be perfect.
Well, exactly, and I like the room for human error. I want to see the mistakes. That's why you
Because
get
it's fun
fired
to
up.
heckle.
Yes, exactly.
And that's your domain.
I mean, if your team loses, you need to have somebody to blame it on. You know, it ain't because you played bad.
At the
I mean-
LR game that I went to the other week, I saw the umpire just in the parking lot when I was leaving, and I pointed down to my knee and I said, "Hey, motherfucker, this is where the strike zone ends, not
What
down
happened?
here."
I thought this was kid friendly. That was episode 1. What happened? We're only on the 3rd episode.
He's all jacked up on this here Dr. Pepper that he's drinking.
No
pointed-
more Dr. Pepper.
I pointed at my ankle and I said, "This is not where the strike zone ends. It's right here." And then one of my classmates was gracious enough to pat me on the shoulder and say, "Ethan, it's all good. Calm
Did he
down.
say, let it go?
Let it go.
Let
But
it go." That's what
I
I'm
just
saying.
think that's people want something to talk about,
Mhm.
and if you put in all these kinds of things, it kind of takes away from that, and I think that takes
You know
away
how to
from
make pace of play better? Don't have a tiny strike zone. Call more strikes and the game will be quicker. Also for the pitchers, throw more strikes and the game will be quicker. When every single at-bat ends up being 3-2, it's going to be too long. That's how you solve pace of play without actually doing anything about it.
Well, the strike, you got to be able to hit the ball in the strike zone. So,
Of course.
I mean,
Strike zone keeps getting smaller and smaller. I think.
That's what she said.
How many?
Finally got one in. Third episode. Yeah.
It took us 3 episodes to get to the next one.
I mean, I could have done it, but
We have dirty balls.
what else have you guys talked about in the past? Because I might have some opinions on
Oh, okay,
that.
all right. Opinions.
So the pace of play, really, when I watched that episode, I was just like, oh my God.
Well, we talked
I
about.
saw something, I think it was Monday, the what ifs of baseball. They want to put like a 3-point line. If you can hit the ball in a home run past a certain point, they want to give you 2 points.
No, that's ridiculous.
So does that make a grand slam worth 8? Is that?
Well,
But it has
so in
to
other words,
go past
if
the-
you're at Three Rivers and you hit it in the river, you get extra points for
Or
that.
if you're-
Splash ball at San Francisco.
Or Mile High, you hit it. But they wanted to do like the line in football for the first down. If they could superimpose that, and you have Judge that comes up and he can just smash it, and it gives them something to look forward to. No, you look forward to that player hitting that home run, no matter if it's 300 or 500 feet.
I said Three Rivers. Do they even have a baseball field? I don't know.
At Three Rivers, that's where Pittsburgh used to play, but
Yeah.
they've been playing at that other one for like 20 years now.
See, that's how much baseball I watch on TV. Maybe that's why they're trying to change the pace of play.
One of the other things that we had opinions on was. Well, I was about to say it, but now I forgot. It was last week. What was the other thing we talked about? Pace of play, and then we talked about
Cologne.
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
Do you think you got any opinions on Bartolo Colon?
I mean, he's not coming to Hickory.
Oh, last week we were gonna talk. I had it on my list, but we never talked about it. About should the National League adopt the designated hitter? And I don't think they should. Chris, what do you think?
I like the designated hitter.
I don't. I like seeing Madison Bumgarner and Clayton Kershaw hit home runs off of each other, which happened in 2016, I think. It's great. It's great to watch. I love pitchers that can hit. One time I was watching a Braves game way back in the day with my dad, and they intentionally walked Brian McCann, and my dad loved Brian McCann. He was sitting there like, shit, they intentionally walked Brian McCann. And it was the Mets, and he was like, freaking Mets, I hate the Mets so much. And then the next batter that came up was Tim Hudson. And you know what Tim Hudson did? Hit a home run. And that's one of my favorite memories of watching baseball with my dad, because Tim Hudson hit a home run after they intentionally walked Brian McCann, and it was awesome. And that's why the National League should not have a designated hitter.
Oh, but speaking of the Mets, I have a buddy in Texas, Sean Legg.
I have exes in Texas.
No, you don't have an ex, period. Except on your homework assignments when you put that big old red X on there.
I heard that song on the way over here, so that's why I said that.
But he's a Mets fan, by the way. So you said
He wasn't very happy with
he wasn't happy.
I don't hate anybody. I said I don't hate anybody. I dislike Mets fans. I hate Denny Hamlin. I don't hate anybody but Denny Hamlin.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's racing. But anyway, and he's
I got it in.
He was a
Yeah.
facts checker. When I said Cologne had the fastest selling Topps Now card, which he did at the time, but not now, it is one of Aaron Judge's cards, of course. So I just wanted
Imagine that.
to put that out there that I messed up, and there's the right stuff.
Let me add Derek Jeter to the list, because he buys a big stake in the Marlins, and then Giancarlo Stanton gets traded to the Yankees. It's fishy to me.
Fishy.
Yeah, I did mean to do that.
Did that?
Mm-hmm.
But-
Jameson Fisher.
So you think, this is your theory.
My theory.
That he bought the Marlins.
He didn't buy the Marlins. He just bought like a big portion of them,
Okay.
like a big stake in them.
He bought enough stake to have a say that we're going to take your player and put him on the Yankees and
Yeah.
okay.
And create the Golden State Warriors of baseball. Because Stanton and Judge back to back, that's too much power. That is too much power. It's over 9,000.
Their guy coming up, what's his name?
What?
Their big prospect for the Yankees.
Just make up a name.
I don't want to make up a name.
John Johnson.
Yeah.
John Johnson. We're watching you, John Johnson.
But their big prospect.
John
hit,
Jacob Jingleheimer.
2 home runs the other day in a game. First pitch on
Who?
both.
For who?
Was it Miguel?
I know who you're talking about, but I forgot his name
something
too.
or another.
Was it Andujar?
Maybe.
However you say that from here.
Yep, Miguel Andujar.
Yeah, they saying that he could actually make the team
He
this
is
year.
number 65.
Well, there's that Brewers player that hit a whole bunch of home runs like in the first couple of weeks of the season last year, and then he didn't, and then he was just not even famous anymore. A couple weeks later, I don't even remember his name. Somebody tweet us who that guy was. If we got a Brewers fan out there, if there are Brewers fans out there,
Somebody tweet us anything.
Yeah.
Still looking for our first tweet.
besides Bob, is it Bob Euchre?
I mean,
that
their
his
first
name?
tweet.
Is it Bob? I don't know. He's a Brewers announcer. He was the announcer in Major League. He did Miller Lite commercials.
Bob Euchre.
I knew Euchre. I was confused about. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
Bob or something else, but I must be in the front row. Funny commercial. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
That's Bob Euchre.
Okay.
I hope.
All right.
That's what I think it is.
I think we got that right. For somebody that wants to be a broadcaster, I should know these people.
Yeah, you're right. You should.
I know David Icke because he tried to expose the lizard people, which is a
The
podcast.
Lizard Illuminati.
Yes.
You can check that out on Dan Cummins.
Time Suck podcast. Shout out to Dan Cummins on that one. Pretty much the entire government and all the celebrities are lizard people. They're
They're really
shapeshifters.
lizards, yeah.
They're in the Secret Service.
Do you know these people?
I try not to associate with them sometimes.
They're real. The lizard people are real, and they control everything.
Worst podcast I've ever been on, by the way.
Only
Worse than
All right. Well,
Worse
Chris,
than worst.
would you like to bring up any topics of conversation here? The worst. How about contribute?
Let's get back to LP Friends. Let's get people out to LP Friends, Section 108. Come and cheer, have a good time.
They did put the power to the scoreboard this week, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, because they sent that picture was on Instagram, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where they
Speaking
had
of
a
power,
picture on-
come on out on opening night, April 12th, where we'll be playing the West Virginia Power. Nailed it!
Yes, you did.
High five.
Woo! Woo! I think the Toastman should come out to that. It'd be a great opening day.
Yeah, he's not coming. Especially if he sees this mess of a train wreck.
Trainwreck, starring
Ethan.
the guy from SNL and that
Speaking
chick
of
nobody
trains.
likes.
Amy Schumer?
Yeah, her. That's a good movie.
It was.
I liked it. Everything else she's done is terrible. Bill Hader, that's what I was trying to think of. Remember when we used to talk about baseball?
But speaking of trains, has anybody ever been on a train? Have you been on a train? Chris?
I've been on a train, yeah.
So you know how all that works?
I've been on a train.
Do I know how a train works?
We're not talking like
Are we?
Yes.
we're not talking
Anyway,
like Tweetsie Railroad or nothing.
I
Like
know.
a real
Because
train.
we're wanting to plan a trip.
Dollywood
this
has a real train.
We're
Anyway.
wanting to plan a trip somewhere this summer where we take a train instead of a plane, bus.
Are we going to relate this to baseball somehow?
I'm going to
We
a
want to
baseball
go to a
game.
baseball game on a train.
Because that's how the players used to get back and forth to the
Oh,
to the-
okay. All right. I was
So you drive down to Salisbury.
wondering where you were going with that.
You get on a train.
Mm-hmm.
I guess take it up and watch the Nationals play.
Right. But I was wanting
Salisbury runs all the way to up in the air. Wow, that's
Yeah.
weird.
We can ask Teresa about this, who's off camera, by the way, and out of voice sound.
But yeah,
So it does. It runs from Salisbury to Washington, correct?
All right, we can confirm.
Amongst other places. New York.
but how long is the trip? Is it?
It's got to be a terrible trip.
I mean, is it quicker than going by driving the car?
Well, it just depends on, if anything happens on
I
the
think we
tracks.
need to do some further research.
Quicker than driving to West
Obviously,
Virginia
that's
on those
just-
weird wrong turn back.
Well,
roads
that's
we
because-
know.
Are you going for time saving or are you going for the experience? Because you said you wanted to go
A little of
because
both.
you hadn't done it before.
I don't think it's going to be time saving.
I mean, I would like to be time saving and cost effective instead of paying for
Time
gas.
saving, pace of play.
But yeah, that's just something I'm looking into for this summer.
All right. If anybody would like to join us on that trip, you can tweet me at
Us.
Ethan Benfield3. You can tweet Alan.
Did you
at-
invite Ethan?
I
He
did.
invited
know.
himself,
You
didn't
can
he?
you can tweet Alan at some shit.
Yeah, I don't even know my Twitter. Just
Chris, you wanna plug your medias? out
At
there?
Chris Allen Pack on Twitter. That's the only thing I'm plugging.
Okay, all right.
I'm
the
Tree
show-
Hill Kitty.
And the show's Twitter is at Dirty Balls Pod because I didn't have enough room to put podcast.
But you can tweet us all. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We have no tweets incoming, but mine's at BAM108MSH.
MSH. What does that stand for, Alan?
Make stuff happen, but you can take the stuff and put something
stuff.
else. I'm trying to be nice to the kids. You know what?
Okay, name me a podcast that doesn't use any language at all.
MILB, the show before the show.
Okay.
I don't know.
It uses no language. What do you just? Is it just like silent pictures?
You knew what I meant.
No, but again, we're going to have the Facebook page up and running soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the end of the night. Please go like it. Like our page.
Please. We're
Please,
desperate. No, we're trying everything.
leave
We got
comments.
Chris on the show. Anything to try to get anybody to listen.
Well, you went the wrong way with me, pal. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you're the Mega
You're going
Man.
backwards.
Everybody loves
You're
the
going
Mega
backwards.
Man. Everybody loves the Mega Man. I think. Except for those people that come over and tell us.
Check out the Section 108 Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that we still have it. I haven't been on it in a long time.
Yeah.
I plugged it at Academy the other night.
The Cowbells page. I think Lee runs that.
Section 108 Mega Man and the Mega Minions is on Facebook.
I didn't approve that. I don't like being a minion, but whatever. I'll be one for now. Those are terrible movies.
That's like one of the least worst things you've been called as a minion.
You're right. You're right. You know the worst thing I've been called? The host of the Dirty Balls podcast. Nah, I'm just kidding. Anything else? I feel like we've not talked about baseball for an hour and we've only been going for 30 minutes.
So we haven't talked about baseball for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Mm.
Alan, it's your show today.
Oh, my show. Well,
Mm-hmm.
The Rangers are currently playing right now, but I don't know how they're doing.
Because that's not on MLB Network.
Yeah, that sucks. I just know Yanio Perez last Sunday when we was recording had an RBI and a hit, so.
And I gotta ask you this question.
Go Yanni-O.
I know you have a sentimental answer for this, but why do you have a Houston Assholes hat back there?
That's because of my father, who passed away back in last April, was a huge, huge, huge Astros fan, and we were getting ready to go prepare everything for the funeral, doing all the arrangements, and we were killing time and went into Rawson, where we lived, where I grew up, and there was that hat for sale, and it was meant to be for me to buy it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only time I'll refer to them as the Astros instead of the assholes is in this story. All the other time I call them the Houston Assholes, just like I call the Houston Assholes and the Toronto Bitch Jays.
It's hard to keep it kid friendly.
I mean,
And I'm the youngest.
Even, and I absolutely expected you, Alan, to break often.
I'm the youngest one
Ethan
of us, and you are the one that was in the military, so you should be the one that's swearing every 5 seconds.
That's only when the kids are bad.
It's just that Dr. Pepper. That's
No,
a
it's
strong
not.
Dr.
I
Pepper.
think we
is
should
right.
start something new. What was the Tebow thing? You put a quarter in or whatever?
No, we're not
So
doing a
I
swear
think
jar.
this is what we have. No, we're not doing a swear jar.
Okay.
We're going to paddle you every time.
Do you want to do like a George Carlin thing? Go for
No.
Okay.
The stuff you won't
Was
say.
that-
Jennifer gets to judge if it's a bad word.
Was
If
that
Jennifer
Carlin?
says it's a bad word, Alan gets to paddle you.
Okay. All
I
right.
got the,
Okay, all right.
No.
actually leaning up there against the wall. I already got the paddle ready.
Drill some holes in it.
Get some nice aerodynamics.
Tune in next week
Oh, wait.
for Ethan's first paddle. I'm excited. This is we're going to do this. Right here.
Groundbreaking.
Ethan gets paddled for the first time next week right here on his own podcast.
My own. It's our pod. It's not mine.
Earlier it was Alan's podcast.
Okay. All right. You want to make
Yeah.
it Jennifer's podcast? Jennifer, you want to have a few minutes to yourself? Here?
I'm already
I'm
having a few
excited. I'm
minutes.
already ready for the next episode because Ethan's getting paddled.
I never agreed to that.
Well,
You said okay.
know,
It's on.
I hate to disappoint
it's been
you, but
recorded.
It's,
It's
you
on
know,
video.
it's two
and
against one. Alan's way bigger than you. You're getting paddled.
Some good Dr. Pepper.
Don't miss next week's episode.
They will.
If you're seeing this one and you're stuck in for 34 minutes, there's no way you're missing next week's episode.
Oh, this has gone so far off the rails. Let's see. Let's have another question for our guest. Chris, What is the series that you're most excited about for this year? Who are you most excited about playing against the Crawdads?
Oh my gosh, man! I don't know. I haven't done any kind of research. I don't know who has what prospects coming up. There's not a particular team that I look at every year. The same team, like, oh my gosh, here we go with this team.
I can't wait for Columbia, for the sole reason that I get to, so they finally get to see what a real South Atlantic League crowd looks like. Because last year, everywhere they went was sold out. And this year they're going to come to Kannapolis where there's like 12 people, and here to Hickory where there's about 100 or 200, and they're going to be like, well, where's all those people? And then I get to yell at them and be like, haha, Tebow's not here anymore, so...
Oh, there goes another quarter.
There goes another quarter. I got 73...
Man, those paddlings are going to be so good.
I got 73 cents in my bank account right now, and I don't get paid till Wednesday, so I gotta...
You have to make IOUs and put in the thing.
I've got 73 cents in the bank account, and I know there's 75 cents already in there, so...
You're negative. You're in the
negative
red.
2 cents.
Jeez.
I'm already in the black. Or the red. Or whatever.
But yeah, I like, to go back to your question, I like looking at the rosters and see who has the top prospects, and that's what I look forward to. And I look forward to them not playing well, so we can kind of get in their head a little bit.
I love getting in their head. You still had the...
Jennifer was talking earlier about she
hypnotism.
likes the players with the ticks or whatever. Last year, the scratch and sniff guy, total hilarious, man. Everybody thought that was hilarious. So
You want to explain that a little bit more, Chris?
Well, so last year, I don't even know who we were playing. I can't remember stuff like that. I don't know who the kid is, but he was a pitcher. Does anybody know who?
I want to say it was Columbia.
That's what I think.
It may have been. It was that kind of uniform. So he was a pitcher, and before he would pitch, he would take the ball, he would stick it down here in his crotch, and then he would kind of get himself together. And then
For those of you who can't see, he really did just put a fake
and then he
ball
would
down
hold
my
it up
scratch.
in his glove right in front of his nose. So whenever he stuck the ball in his crotch, all of us in 108 would holler scratch. And when he would bring it up in his glove in front of his face, we would all holler sniff.
Does anybody have a video of that? Cause
The video's out there. I think I've got it somewhere.
It's on the
108
Facebook page.
Oh, okay, all right.
Section 108, Mega Man and the Mega Minions. Go there to check out the video.
I wasn't there
Totally
that
hilarious.
night. I wasn't there that night, and that's probably the game I regret missing the most.
That was probably my highlight of the season last year. That was funny.
So
I'm
the
right.
Fireflies seem to really have some entertainers.
I'm going to try to go to more games this
So
year.
I guess that's the series we need to look forward to the most this year.
Yeah, but who knows? Is that kid coming back? I don't know. Who was that kid? I don't know. If anybody goes to the page and sees the video and knows who the kid is, please put it on there.
Chris, I think
What about turnip season?
there's something I would really love for you to explain a little bit more here. There's something that it's my favorite thing that we've ever done in Section 108. We got in trouble for it, kind of. The family behind us got up and moved and called us ignorant and stupid. It's the classified picture of that guy at the beach.
Christian turnip seed.
Yeah.
Would
Man,
you like to talk about that for a
We
minute?
can talk about that a little bit. So I had got it in my head that I wanted to do something new, something kind of, that extra step.
Controversial, but he didn't probably.
So, I started looking at these guys' Facebook page, and when you find one, you kind of find them all because they're all connected.
You
They're
gotta
all
go to
friends.
Instagram.
So you you get pretty deep. You check out one player, and then you're like, oh, he's friends with this player. You click on that. You check him out, and you're like, oh, he's friends with this player. You click on it. So I was pretty deep in players, and I run across this kid. Who was it?
Christian turnip seed.
Turnip Seed. I mean, he's even got a funny name. So
That's his real name? I thought that's something we called him.
No.
he had a picture on his Facebook page. Looked like they were at spring break, him and his friends or whatever. They were on the beach, and his friend, who was a guy, was like giving him a little kiss on the cheek or something, and a little funny pose. And
Both their shirts were off.
yeah, they were on the beach. They didn't have no shirts on or nothing. So I printed it out.
We were not responsible with this picture.
Printed the picture out in color, and my intentions was
Paid extra for that.
when he come in to pitch, we hang K's up for strikeouts. When he come in to pitch, we would just kind of hang that picture up on the fence, like we do the K's.
I gotta interrupt you just 1 second. I saw a tweet one time of this girl that took a picture when there was 3 strikeouts, and she thought that like a group of Klansmen were at the game because it had KKK. That's the funniest moment in baseball.
Yeah, people that don't know, I've heard people asking about that at the stadium before.
Anyway, back to our story.
So anyways, when the kid come out, I got the picture out, I held it up, and I think it was you that took the picture and was like, oh, who is this?
And now Tim was the one that said the bathroom thing, because that was a hot button issue at the time. It was right after W2 or whatever was passed.
Ethan takes the picture, and he's like, who is this? And I said, well, the one with the hat on, that's the guy out there pitching. And Ethan shows it to the crowd, and he's telling everybody.
I'm doing like the ring girls.
And like Ethan mentioned, that back then it was like the big topic was that
the bathroom stuff.
Men could go in the women's restroom.
In North Carolina.
It was a big deal. And so
16, right?
One of the other ticket holders there in our section, yelled out, what bathroom do you use?
You said one of our. I already said it was Tim.
Well,
shout out to Tim.
That's on you for giving out names. That's not on me.
You can Tim. You can come over and do the paddling if we're actually doing this.
Tim. I hope you're watching, buddy. I know you're in on that.
You'll be our
this
special.
is happening.
You'll be our special guest next week.
You can be the executioner. Tim, the executioner.
He'll be hiding behind the door right here.
So he'll just come out with a paddle. I'm so excited for next week's episode. Way better than this episode.
Monica and Nick, y'all can come on too.
So anyways, it kind of got out of hand after that. It kind of got crazy. However, it was working, and to this day, I just don't know if I should have not done it or if I should have pushed it a little further, because the kid got rattled. The kid got upset. We were losing, 6-2 or something, and the kid come in and walked a bunch of batters, let a hit. It come out. I think we ended up losing the game like 6-5 or something. We almost won the game, and I just feel like if we would have just pushed it a little bit further, we could have won that game.
And Jennifer actually printed the picture out even bigger.
Yeah.
Do we have it?
We don't have it.
That'd be great for the video version.
Some fans did get upset. They did leave, so that's why I'm on the fence. I don't know if we should have done it, but if we were going to do it, we should have just went all out.
That's not our worst opposing fan experience.
But
it was that was fun times, I guess. I don't know. I still don't know, but
the manager came out to the mound twice.
Yeah, the manager visited the mound twice. The bat boy said the kid was upset and said he even told the coach, "Did you see that picture they had of me?" So.
Would you consider that the biggest regret of doing all this, or not?
Or is it just Ethan being?
Or was it me? Did I ignite it?
Yeah, I definitely think you ignited it.
I was the one that was doing the whole ring girl thing, showing it to everybody.
Yeah. So. I don't know, but it is what it is, and you live and learn and figure things out. So we'll see.
Yeah. So now we've made enough people angry, but we've also caused a lot of smiles.
Yeah. And
our section has grown to several different families because of those smiles.
One of my favorite things is I like seeing the other team, get upset, lose control,
or when they come,
especially their coach, because the coaches are older. The coaches should know better. When the coaches lose it, that's money gold right there. That's my favorite, So hopefully we get to see some more of that this year. We didn't see much of that last year.
No.
I don't know if we saw any of that last year. I don't remember anybody getting thrown out for anything.
16 was great for that last year. Hey, you got the picture? There it is, everybody.
So, if you know Turnip Seed, send him the video.
And if you're listening to this on iTunes or wherever else.
Truth be told, Turnip Seed, we love you. We think you're great.
Go find my YouTube channel if you want to see the actual picture that we're talking about. So plug in my YouTube
Definitely
channel.
pass this 45-minute train wreck along.
Yeah, okay, so we're almost at 45 minutes, so I guess it's time for everybody's favorite segment. Our favorite way to close the show. Jennifer Day, please take it away. What you got for us?
Well, yesterday, Alan and I decided to go down to Kannapolis just to let them know that we're not intimidated by them at all. And we visited the delicious place called Crispy's.
Ooh.
Where they have everything wrapped in bacon.
Yes.
Was you on this trip?
I was not on this trip.
No,
I was at work.
Trip either.
It was just
Did you get anything brought back? No?
It wouldn't have been all that great. It has to be crispy bacon.
Let's go again. Let's go after we
We'll
finish
definitely do
recording.
that when we go to
I mean,
Kannapolis.
it's like an hour and a half drive, so we're probably not going to go today.
Okay.
It was $60, but
Did you say the tagline?
What tagline?
Did Jennifer Day take it away?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, I
Did
missed
you
that.
miss it?
I missed it.
So would you say Crispy's is better than Bad Daddy's?
No, hell no. No. Bad Daddy's is the best burger place ever.
Where's that at?
Well, there's
Everywhere.
one in Winston, a couple in Charlotte, one in
Charleston.
Roseville.
None of these people are sponsors, but
Charleston. I
contact
think,
Alan if you want to be.
maybe Myrtle Beach. I don't know. But I know Charleston and
there's-
Colorado too. There's like one in Denver.
There's one in Colorado. That's where it originated from.
All right. So what happened to
Now, why
Jennifer
did
Day?
they-
Take it away.
That's
You guys
what-
are
that's
taking
what-
it
that's what
away from
happens,
Jennifer Day.
you know, once
I don't know
You
how
guys take it away from Jennifer Day.
branched off from Denver to North Carolina. But anyway, Jennifer.
I mean, that's it. We went to Crispy's. Alan
Talk
had
about Crispy's more. I want
Alan
to hear
had
that.
the snickerdoodle cheesecake that was wrapped in bacon.
What?
Yeah.
Snickerdoodle cheesecake wrapped in bacon.
hmm
How are you alive?
Lucas and I shared a peanut butter brownie with some cinnamon ice cream and bacon sprinkled on top of that.
What did Cooper Savage have?
Oh, Cooper didn't go.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness, he
I
messed
can't
up.
believe it.
I'm
You guys are
upset.
terrible to Cooper
Hashtag
Savage. I mean,
justice
what are
for
you
Cooper.
doing? That's right. Get it trending. Hashtag
Justice for Cooper. Right
Cooper.
there.
Hashtag justice.
See,
for
Cooper doesn't like to go on trips.
Hashtag Cooper on the
He does
show.
not like to leave Grandma's house.
Cooper doesn't like baseball, so hashtag no Cooper on the show.
Listen, the first thing he said when I come in the door, I want to be on the podcast.
That's just because he wants to be on a podcast.
All
He
right.
doesn't want to talk about baseball.
Next time I'm coming on the show,
If anybody
Cooper's
needs
coming on
to
the
see
show.
Cooper or hear what Cooper's all about, just go to the Cooper Savage and you'll see.
No, Chris, we might turn you into a permanent member based on how the numbers go for this episode.
oh my gosh, we
Please
got to
don't
get
lie.
ratings. I don't know how you get ratings up on a podcast, but get them up.
So, Jennifer,
What do we got to do to get ratings up? Tell me. I don't know.
Just have
What-
people listen.
So, and that shows up somewhere on some kind
I
of
can do the
stat?
analytics on
All
Spreaker.
right. Do they have to listen to the whole show, or if they just listen to a couple of minutes,
I don't
does
know
it
about
count?
that.
You
I think it's
know?
just,
Why would they want to
Mm.
leave after a couple of minutes?
Nah, yeah,
They're gonna get
I'm just
hooked.
trying to, I'm just
it's
trying
a
to.
train wreck. You
I
have
mean,
to watch. You can't
It's
turn it off.
everywhere.
We got
it's
baseball,
everywhere.
soccer, McDonald's, we got
Beards.
Crispies, beards, trains. What's not to love?
Snowballs.
Cats, snowballs.
This doesn't count as a beard. I don't know if that's what you're
Okay,
talking about.
I don't have one yet. It's coming in. All right, look, I got a little bit of a mustache starting. I'm trying.
That's what she said.
Little fudge right there. Okay, whatever. I'm 19. I'm a little bit of a late bloomer as far as the mustache goes, but it's coming in.
That's
Sorry.
what he told her, but still waiting.
Oh, this
But
is
anyway, guys, please, yes, go.
So we
like-
got some F-bombs, and that's what she said, and so sorry,
There
kids.
were no F-bombs.
I
I
did. That
think,
was one
yeah,
for me.
there was a couple.
Oh my God, you guys are embarrassing. I mean, you're
It's
embarrassing.
just even.
I
Yeah.
promise that if I'm ever on the show again, which I'm not telling them, but I'm going to be, it's going to be better. I promise.
Better? What? How do you get better than this?
Oh my God. It's going to be no F-bombs. Well, there might be, and Ethan will get paddled, which I'm okay with that, because that's going to bring up ratings big time. Big time ratings right there.
All right, so I'm going to close the show by saying my favorite word that starts with F and ends with UCK. Fire truck. So that's the Dirty Balls Podcast, episode 3. Alan, please stop recording because I got to go home and watch some left turns.
Well, please like, share, get us out there, and I promise you're gonna like it. We're giving something away at the end of the season. So, please,
Peace.
deuces.